all of you. Today, let's talk about what is a function interface and also what are the function interfaces that are defined in Java 8 and some operations which we can do easy than we compared with any other. Okay, so before getting started, I just want to tell you that I'm creating a function interface. So, it is exactly a function interface. And an interface which is having only one abstract method, which is having only one abstract method or single abstract method that is called as we call it as functional interface. So okay, so this is about function interface. I mean, what is it? An interface which is having only single abstract method is called a function interface. Okay, just tell you what is exactly. I created interface AI, and interface we know the methods of public by default public, abstract, it can be any agent type. If that the function interface will have only one abstract method, right? Here I'm having two abstract methods. You see here, when I annotated it with function interface, it says that invalid function interface annotation. I is not a function interface. Why? Because it is having two default two abstract methods. This function interface can have multiple default methods. Multiple default methods. Also, multiple static methods. Interface. So now let us talk about what exactly a lambda expression is. A lambda expression is nothing but it is the implementation that is used for functional interface. In other words, I can say that it can be used to represent the instance of function interface, or it is the expression to implement function a functional interface. So let's do some basic operations on lambda expressions. So here I take in a class, okay, and I just want to write main method. So in this class, what exactly the first thing is? Let us assume there is a program. Uh, uh, Suppose there is a program, and or okay. Mm, so I will just show you some basic programs. Um, Write a program to count the empty strings in the given list. This program is for empty list, the empty strings. So just taking list, one type of string. Okay, that is dot as list. So here you see that uh, it's a function. It's just a class, and I take a list of strings, and the strings are some empty strings too. So the problem that I'm going to solve is I just want to count how many empty strings are there in this list. So how can I find it? I'm going to use this list object. The list variable. Okay. Uh, dot. You see there are some more methods, but this type of operations, it's better to go with the concept of streams. Streams is nothing but it is a pipeline that is going to take arrays or corrections or input of streams as input and fetches the output as per the implementation of the methods we are using. So I'm using the stream. What I said, stream is a pipeline. It just transfers the element and gives the result. So here I am using list.stream, that is which is going to transfer the list of elements into the stream. And list.stream. After that, I just want to filter whether the string is empty or not. So filter, you see that in filter there is having predicate. Okay. There are four most important interfaces, function interfaces in Java. There are consumer, supplier, predicate, and function. Here I'm using predicate. You see that it takes a value of string. Okay. Uh, what is the string? Can be of anything. I'm just passing it as S. Print S. So what will exactly will happen? Anyway, uh, so I take an filter this element and just print it right. Not I just don't want to print it here. Okay. So, filter s dot. I said that it's a string, right? Uh, I mean, this takes an argument of a string. So is empty. Is empty. Is empty. Dot count. It returns long value. Long. So you see that the output is 2. So what exactly I did is uh, write a program to find empty strings in the list. So I taking the list, that is nothing but it's an array. I just converted this array into as list, and in this list I given some string elements, and this list has 3 strings, and I mean totally 5 strings, and in that 3 are not empty and 2 are empty. So here the problem is I just want to find how many empty strings are there in this list. So I just use it for better performance. I just use the stream concept, and I use it the list dot stream. What I will for you, I will just write it again. List dot string dot I just want to filter the element, right? Just want to filter the element, and it takes the input, or it says the string of type string. It takes the filter. I just want to filter it. Okay? I just want to filter it, and I just want to check whether the string is empty or not. If the string is empty, and if string is empty, just count it. Uh, uh, how many empty strings are there? Uh, but so this is the program to find uh, the empty strings in the list. Okay, so to the next one. To the next. There are some more uh, questions that may ask, like iterate a list using lambda expression. Iterate a list using expression. Iterate a list using lambda expression. If I don't use this lambda expression, how can I iterate through a list? Just use whether I will use list iterator or the iterator, and uh, using for each analyzed value, or as part of the situation we go with. But first we are going to use iterator or list iterator to iterate the elements. Right. Sorry, for list iterator we are going to use list iterator only to iterate it, because it's the best one, because it's you can also use iterator, but subclass is of iterator is list iterator, so we are going to use this list iterator to. But what if you don't want to use this anything like other than this one? I mean, iterate. So what is the question? Iterate a list using lambda expression. The list has some strings, right? So this list has some strings, and here I am going to iterate. I am going to iterate it. So what is the list thing? List dot. Directly going to the for each. You see that? You see that for each. Says that it's a consumer. I said that there are four most important interfaces. One is consumer, supplier, function, and predicate. In the last example, I just used the predicate and I went to it. Here I am going to use a consumer, which takes one input and returns nothing if we don't want anything. I'm using consumer, and in this consumer, what exactly we're going to write? Having some method, okay. So method, it takes one argument. Takes only one argument and prints. Yeah, right. You see that USA, UK, India, Pakistan. So from this I say we can look at it. First one is how can we iterate through I mean, if there are many empty strings, how can we do iteration? I just tell you, and I just use this list dot string dot filter, and if it is empty, and just count it, and just tell the number of count, I mean number of empty strings count, and in the second example, it will list using lambda expressions. I'm not using any list iterator or iterator. I'm just using the lambda expressions concept. I'm just directly using list of for each, and for each I'm using consumer class, and I just back to input. And maybe the third problem that we ask, write a program to create a method filter that takes a list of strings and predicate names output string and filter the data using predicate movement. So I will just repeat it. Write a program to create a method filter that takes list of